Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and I'm going to talk about something that I had no intention of talking about, but I kind of feel like I have to readdress not only the show, but I have to also address this issue. I don't know if it's an issue, but it's, I think, a deluded hope. And I am not someone who likes to delude on hope or piss on it or say nothing's possible because is this a possible option? Yes, in theory, anything is possible, but I don't think it's a very realistic one. And it has come up at least 5 times in the last week, which means the idea is gaining ground. And I kind of want to tell people why I don't think it's going to work and what, and kind of not dash your hopes, but maybe put some realistic expectations in there. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about The Simpsons. Because here's the thing, when you, a couple of my popular videos, and in fact, a reason why some of you are probably subscribers is because on the day Fox announced they were no longer producing the Simpsons DVDs and Blu-rays, that was a dark, dark, dark day. I was super upset, and I made several videos on the matter, and that's actually how that's how I got a lot of my followers. And I joined the rest of the series on DVD and Blu-ray campaign. And I'm going to post a link to the Facebook group below because it is a campaign worth following. It is a campaign worth joining. I still fully believe that I want, well, okay, I not fully believe, I do want the rest of the show on DVD and Blu-ray. And I don't believe for a second it's not profitable. But that leads why the Criterion collection releasing the rest of the series is problematic. Oh, I can't believe I jumped this again. But yeah, so basically an idea has come up recently that, hey, the Criterion collection can release the rest of The Simpsons. They release important movies and shows on DVD and Blu-ray all the time. Let's start writing to them and ask them to release the series. And while I definitely, guys, I definitely agree with, your enthusiasm. I can understand maybe to a certain extent why you have that mindset, but we need to analyze this for why this won't work for 2 reasons. The number one reason is because Fox never stopped releasing the DVDs and Blu-rays because they weren't making money. They were always making money. Some of the later seasons might have been making less money than the previous seasons, but they were always making money. They were always profitable. The reason Fox stopped producing the DVDs and Blu-rays is because that every Simpson episode marathon was super successful, and Fox realized that they had a goldmine on the show. I don't know why it took them so long to realize that. And they decided, hey, guess what? No more DVDs, no more Blu-rays. The last thing we want to do is have people buy the episodes once and watch them as many times as they want. We want to air them on TV all the time. We have FXX. We know people will watch them on TV and they'll watch the advertisements. Now let's have the Simpsons World app and we can have them watch it every time and have them see ads every time, basically put the Simpsons behind a paywall. And you know what, from a business perspective, I'm not going to lie, that's actually kind of a brilliant idea. I don't like it, but it's a brilliant idea. It's the kind of idea that would make someone like Mr. Burns go, excellent. Just because it's a brilliant idea doesn't mean it didn't piss me the hell off when they made that choice. I mean, I've got seasons 1 through 17 and the movie and season 20. Come on, at least release seasons 18 and 19 and give me the first 20 seasons. But Fox feels that by not releasing the rest of those episodes on DVD, they will in fact have leverage for people to watch the show on Hulu, on Simpsons World, and FXX. And you know what? As long as they're making money doing that, they're going to stick with that policy. So first problem, Fox never stopped releasing the DVDs and Blu-rays because they weren't making money. They did so because they wanted the digital rights to make more money, and they wanted to keep you from paying for the episodes once and watching them as many times as you wanted. They wanted you to watch the episodes over and over again, and they get a little piece of money. The only way they're going to consider going back to the DVDs and Blu-rays is if that's not possible, which is why I recommend people not watch the show on FXX, maybe not watch it on Hulu, and definitely don't use the Simpsons World app. This is why, unfortunately, piracy is really the only thing you can do to fight against this, because if you're stealing the show as opposed to buying it or watching it on any of these platforms, then Fox is not making any money, and they might be forced to rethink their strategy a little bit. The second reason is I really don't think the Criterion Collection is going to be interested in The Simpsons. Yes, it's one of the most popular shows of all time. Yes, it's very influential, but let's take a look at this pragmatically. First of all, there's at least over 10 seasons of The Simpsons to release. That's problem number one, and Criterion has very limited resources as far as I know, and as far as I understand. But here's the second thing, and I think this is probably the most important thing. We're asking Criterion to release the half of the show that, frankly, sucks. Yeah, I know, a bad Simpsons episode is still better than your average television show, but let's face it, the glory days of The Simpsons, the ones that truly made the show what it was and as influential as it was and as beloved as it was, are all on DVD. And unless Criterion can get the rights to those episodes, I don't think it's worth it to them, and they have no reason to pursue the rights because Fox is still making money off those DVDs, so they're not going to sell it to them. And why would you want to release a product that most people already have anyway and probably wouldn't rebuy, especially not at an inflated price? The problems with TV shows being released on DVD is that they retail for $50. Now, most can get those for $30, but if it's Criterion, we're looking at like a retail price of $80 with a sale price of $50. It might be a little bit harder to justify someone buying The Simpsons at $50, especially when, unlike the previous seasons where it's like you had 21 good episodes and maybe you had 2 episodes that sucked. Now you have like 21 episodes that suck or are average and you have 2 great episodes. I don't know if that's a really good trade-off, folks. I mean, I don't know. Does that sound like a good trade-off to you? And while I don't want to outright tell people not to write to Criterion, because you know what? Write a standard letter, copy and paste it, share it with other people, send them emails. Maybe it'll do something. But I don't think this is a practical solution to our problem. The only solution I can see to this is if we stop watching The Simpsons on FXX, we stop watching it on Hulu, and we stop watching it on The Simpsons World. If you want to watch it on Fox, that's fine. Watching it on Fox ensures that more seasons get made. But if you watch on any cable or streaming network, you're giving Fox money for that, and that's exactly what they want. They don't want to sell you DVDs. They want to have you just watch it and get money in advertising revenue. And that's the only way that's going to stop any of this or get the DVDs back on track, is if that starts to fail. Then they might consider releasing it on DVD and Blu-ray. And here's the important thing: when you do your letter writing campaigns, I know we do it every month, you have to tell them that this is why you're not watching them on FXX or Hulu or stuff. You have to tell them you are deliberately choosing not to partake until they release more DVDs. Also, if you don't own certain seasons of The Simpsons, it helps to buy them brand new at a retail store, not used, not on eBay, at an actual store like Best Buy, Fry's, Target, Walmart, Amazon. Even though I hate Amazon, you have to make sure to buy the ones you don't have, and maybe buy a few seasons for people who don't have them as birthday or Christmas gifts. So basically, if the DVDs and Blu-ray start making a little bit more money and the streaming rights start making a little less money, that's what's going to save The Simpsons on DVD and Blu-ray. I don't think Criterion is the savior that you all want it to be, because the reasons for Fox discontinuing the DVDs and Blu-rays, again, had nothing to do with losing money. It had everything to do with making money other ways. And if they aren't making money those other ways, then they might consider going back to the DVDs and Blu-rays. But that's the only way, because that's what businesses do. They see an opportunity and they go for it, and the only way to prove that they were wrong is to, prove they were wrong. But anyway, what do you folks think? Do you think Criterion's a viable option? I would like to know. It is all sincerity, because this is just my opinion. But comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe, and as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.